Hey, let me show you something. Isn't that cool? So remember all those moments where you're in the music store and you just need to play something to test the guitar, or maybe you're at a party and somebody asks you, hey, can you play us something? We heard you play guitar. Do you know that moment where you just kind of freeze on the inside and you just don't know what to do? And then maybe the first thing that comes out is maybe something like this. I think we've all been there, and we all remember the signs at the Guitar Center, no stairway to heaven or so, yeah. So today I want to show you this cool little riff, and it's even more than just a riff. It's actually a full riffing approach that I got more accustomed to when I was living in Texas. Yeah, I lived in Austin, Texas for like 15 years. And it made me aware that there's a side of electric guitar playing that is not commonly even taught or even on the radar of aspiring guitarists. And that's a real pity, because so often we just think in terms of rhythm guitar part, learn this part, or solo part, or now improvise. And then when we improvise, it's usually single note solos. But that there is a whole world out there of chordal, multi-voiced soloing and improvisation. That is something that most guitarists are not even aware of, or at least they're not practicing it consciously. So today I want to turn you on to this cool southern riffing style that is actually widely used by many artists today. And I think it's a great tool to have in your arsenal to pull out at the guitar store, at the next party, but also at the next jam session. But why should you be listening to me? Hi, my name is Ulrich, and I've been a professional musician for over 20 plus years. And I've played thousands of shows across the world. I'm also the founder of Total Guitar Transformation, where we help aspiring guitarists that are already beyond the beginner level to reach their fullest expressive potential. If you want to learn more about TGT, then click on the link down there below. There's a bunch of cool links actually to check out. Awesome. So let's start at the beginning. So we're here in A minor, and I want to just show you kind of the basic rhythm that involves something called hybrid picking. So I'm using the pick and the fingers. You could also just use the fingers by themselves. And by the way, this style also works great on acoustic guitar. Yeah. So here's the basic beat that I want to turn you on to. Yeah. So we got this beat here. You see, I'm just playing an A power chord. The most important thing about this, what I'm doing here, is really the backbeat. Yeah? This is what gives the whole thing the groove. So this is the right hand coordination that you need to figure out to get started with this. Yeah? So let's start right here. Yeah? You see, like, I'm doing a downstroke on the low A, and then I'm pulling up on the 8th note after that, and I'm playing these two notes with my middle finger and my ring finger. So it's not very difficult, but already sounds pretty cool, right? And then I have one more upbeat here. So basically I'm playing the downbeat with the pick and the upbeats with the hybrid picking. Yeah? Try to groove with me. And you know, if this is too difficult at the beginning, then you might even just forget about the left hand and just look at the right hand first, maybe even without a pick, and you just go. See if you can make that groove with just your right hand. That gives you the advantage that you can really focus on the right hand. And you can really focus on that cool sound here, where the fingers hit the strings. Here, that makes our backbeat sound. Yeah? So get that right, because that's the absolute foundation of this riff. Yeah? Cool, and then once you got that, you're already pretty far. So then we got... Then we can expand our little bass line idea. Here with this cool minor third and this cool like bend here on the third fret, and that already gives us the feeling of having two counter elements here, right? We got like a melody part and we got a bass part. That's really what it's all about. So yeah, let's try that one more time here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And see, there's so many micro variations already that I can do here. I can really accent the downbeat, or I can kind of swallow it in a way, or maybe play this rhythmically. So just mess around with all the possibilities here, even in this little basic riff here. Huh? So this is already a style that, you know, I don't hear too many guitar players jam. Like when you ask them, play me a blues, you know, they would probably play this, but they wouldn't play this cool thing here. Eh? So you already got a major leg up if you know about this kind of stuff. Eh? All right. So let's say you've spent some time with this, or maybe you're already at that level where you can just hear something like this and immediately play it, which is the level that we strive for with our students, that you can just pick stuff up by ear and then immediately you're able to implement it. Eh? But let's say you have practiced this and you're ready to play this. I want to show you now how to put in this other melodic element that I was doing in the intro that incorporates these double stops here. Eh? So I was doing something like this. So let's just take a look at this. So you got these double stops on the G and B string. And they're really suggesting like a Dorian kind of vibe, don't they? Just in contrast, if I had this would sound very classical kind of, right? This would be the minor sixth, which would suggest the Aeolian or the natural minor kind of mode. Yeah? Just want to point out the difference of these little modal inflections that are very important for you if you want to start growing your playing beyond just pentatonics and chords. You need to be able to start recognize these little shifts here. Yeah? So we got. So let's actually practice this with the bass string here. See, I got. So now we're doing this riff. We don't really have time to do the backbeat all the time, but we want to do it whenever possible. Yeah. So if I play. Whenever I make a variation that allows me to do that backbeat, it's immediately there. And what that does is that even when I'm not playing it, it still feels like I'm playing it somehow. Yeah? The listener kind of hears it in the background, and that backbeat keeps on going and adds another dimension to your playing. Yeah? That's really the cool part about it. So let's try this again. So I had this. And then I was doing... This is a very Texas thing to do, yeah? That's a cool one, yeah? So I would suggest that if you find a cool idea that you really, really like, just loop that idea, yeah, like this one here. Make that feel really, really good. And then try to implement it into a larger context where maybe you have the main riff, you know, this. We can combine it with that main riff. See how cool that is? So you already got almost like a full song now, yeah? Very cool, yeah? If you can get it to a level where you can just groove and make these little variations, then you've already won, yeah? And the key is, if you're not there yet, simplify it until you reach the groove level first. Don't be the guy that is like this, you know? Trying to piece together the notes, but never reaching at the groove level. Eh? You want to get the groove level first. That's the important part here. Yeah? So, even if it's just this is totally plenty. Yeah? All right. Let's assume you've practiced this now, and maybe you're natural and you get this really quickly, or you're already that good. Now the interesting thing is to use these structures here and actually play a full 12-bar blues form. Yeah? So we want to hit now the 4 chord. Yeah? We want to hit 4 chord here, and maybe also have a little bit of lick material here, because this is a great place to loosen up our form. We don't always want to play just riffs, we want to play some melodic elements too. So if I play something like that, or right, or maybe that also sounds cool. I can play the A minor riff, but with the D chord, it also sounds really cool. Yeah? There's so many ways you can connect this, but I personally really like these things on the top strings here. Yeah? Again, here also, think groove first. Try to implement that D7-9 chord here with the other elements here. Yeah? And it doesn't really matter so much which notes you play, but it's way more important that it's rhythmically sound and groovy. All right? Okay, cool. So then after the 4 chord, we go back to the 1, right? And then we got the 5. We're gonna use the same voicings, and then we can play and lick again. And we don't really need a turnaround on this one. We can just play the 1 groove again. Yeah? So let me try to put this together like in slow motion and speak as I do it, so you can really follow what's going on here. Keep in mind that I'm actually wanting to keep this more improvised. I don't want to nail this down into like a definite part that I'm always doing the same way, but this is kind of like a loose structure to follow that I can vary depending on what's going on around us. Yeah, but that's more like a loose structure that I follow that can change depending if I'm playing with a band or maybe with some other musician. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so let's do this in slow motion. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the 4, little bit of lick, a riff again, 5 chord, slide to the 4, lick, simple resting chorus. So I'm just focusing on the groove, just little fills. Chord, back to a riff, five, yeah. If you like this mini lesson and you like this practice-focused style of learning new vocabulary that is not only like learning you a part or learning a song, but teaching you concepts that you can implement into your playing. If that's what you're after and you feel like you've been stuck on the same playing level for long enough, then I want you to go down there in the comments now and send me a message. Fill out our application here, the game plan application, and give us some information about your playing level, and let's see if me and my team can help you to get you move on from that plateau level, and at the very least give you some new ideas, or at the best maybe we have a chance to work together in our TGT Academy. Sounds like a plan? Awesome. So as long as you're here on YouTube, just continue watching with this lesson here.